Spoilers ahead. The movie starts as we see a guy in red suit sitting in a taxi. He introduces himself as Deadpool and has a nice chat with the cab driver. He gets out of the taxi and sits on a bridge. He jumps into a car and causes it to tumble and crash on the bridge. Some guys engage him with gunshots and he kills them all. A guy gets up and appears to be a mutant. He attacks Deadpool but gets stabbed by him. The movie flashback to 2 years ago. We see a guy named Wade Wilson threatening a pizza guy. Later on, he enters the Sister Margaret's bar. He meets a lady named Vanessa. They chat and have fun a little and later head to his apartment to do the hormonal stuff. They keep seeing throughout the year. Wade asks her to marry him, she agrees, and they cuddle. He takes off his clothes and suddenly pass out. He gets diagnosed with acute cancer and the movie returns back to the present. He attacks a bike man and pins him to the bridge. He calls him Francis and tells him to undo what he did to his skin. He gets disrupted by a mutant and the movie flashback again. We see Wade packing because of his cancer. He doesn't want Vanessa go through the pain with him. She disagrees and tells him they would fight it together. Later, he goes back to the bar and meets Jared, a guy claiming his organization could cure his sickness. He rejects Jared's offer and leaves. Later that night, Wade leaves after a change of mind and calls Jared. Back to the present, he gets distracted by Colossus, a member of X-Men, who have been trying to recruit him into their team. Francis escapes, and he blames Colossus for it. Colossus drags him away, but he cuts off his hand and falls into a garbage truck. The movie flashback again, we see Wade talk with Jared and gets wheeled into a mutant factory. He meets Francis, who tells him he would give him abilities that would cure his cancer, but in painful ways. Later, they subject him to different kinds of torture to force out his mutant genes. As he is about to go through the final torture, Francis tells him they would fit him with a control collar and sell him to the highest bidder after he mutates. They initiate the torture machine and it mutates him, burning his skin from his feet to his head. After mutating, he manages to light a matchstick and it causes an explosion. He attacks Francis and they engage in a duel. Francis manages to pin him down with an iron rod. We later see him come out of ashes. In the following scene, he tries to go back to Vanessa, but he changes his mind due to his changed look. He starts going after Francis' associates in the hope of tracking him down. He tracks down Jared and gets Francis' location from him. He enters a taxi and the movie returns back to the present timeline. Francis enters the Margaret sister bar and asks of Wade. He sees his picture with Vanessa and leaves, taking the picture with him. Wade gets informed and goes to the club where Vanessa works. He sees her and chickens out. Vanessa gets called out to the back and gets abducted by Francis. Wade realizes Francis got her and gets pissed off. He gets a text from Francis telling him to come get Vanessa. He gathers all his ammo and goes to Negasonic and Colossus for assistance. They get out of the taxi and he realizes his ammo bag is still in the cab. They enter Francis' hideout and are confronted by Angel, Francis Seidman. She knocks down Colossus and gets blown off by Negasonic. Deadpool attacks the soldiers and kills them all. He manages to get to the top and he sees Vanessa in a torture machine. Francis attacks him and they start fighting. Francis stabs Deadpool in the head. Vanessa manages to free herself and stabs Francis from behind. Angel chokes Colossus with a thick rope. Negasonic sees this and creates an explosion that dismantles the whole factory. Wade puts Vanessa in the machine, Colossus carries Negasonic and Angel. The whole place crashes down. Colossus digs out Vanessa and she seems fine. Francis attacks Deadpool and he gets punched severely by him. He tells him there's no cure for his condition. Colossus tries to stop Deadpool from killing him, but he shoots him anyway. Vanessa punches him for leaving and he apologized. He tells her not to remove his mask because of his hideous look, but she removes it anyway. She's surprised, but doesn't seem to care about his look. The duo kissed, and the movie ends. See you soon.